Good afternoon, and welcome to another edition of Masonic Light Talk. I'm your host, Rod Funderburk. I'm the past master of Bivouac Lodge number 503, where we are located in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. And we're a part of the 30th district, where our district deputy is Terry Andrews. We're also part of the most worshipful North Carolina Grand Lodge, a free and accepted Masons in jurisdiction, where our Grand Master is Daniel D.T. Thompson. Today we have with us a very, very special guest, a wonderful young man who came all the way up from Reedsville, North Carolina to be with us. He has held the position of Special Deputy. His name is Jeff Chris. Jeff, how you doing today, my
I'm doing well, sir. How you doing, sir?
Good, doing great.
Good, sir. Hey, man, good to be seen, sir, and glad to be amongst you today, sir.
Yes, sir. I want to say thank you for taking the time to come up and spend with us. I know you're very busy. We're not going to hold you long, but we just kind of wanted to pick your brain a little bit, and so we could go into another edition of Masonic Light Talk and get a little education in areas that every one of our listeners may not know a bit about today. So thank you for being here.
Yes, sir.
Thank
you, sir.
Now, Jeff, you have held the position of Special Deputy, correct?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Would you kind of, well, before I even get into what Special Deputy is, would you just let us know your full name, where you're hailing from, and just a little bit about your Masonic journey that has brought you up to this point?
Yeah, sure, sir. I'm Brother Jeff Chris, born and raised in Reedsville, North Carolina. I hail from Lone Star Lodge number 33, also in Reedsville, North Carolina. I was raised in 2002 of March, and I think that time Chain was in the chair as the Grand Master, and that September, I think it switched over to the Fitch administration. I think that's when Grand Master Fitch beat Chain was.
So you came right there in with the Chain?
Yes, sir.
Okay, gotcha.
Yes, sir.
Gotcha.
And I could feel the change difference of administrations. And I'm saying that as far as being transparent, as far as Fitch administration was versus Grandmaster Chain. Was not saying anything bad about Grandmaster Change is coming in, but it was just a little different than Fitch's administration was. So after being raised, man, I immediately went to work. And I think my first position in the lodge was the senior deacon.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I took the senior deacon spot, man, and I sort of got very, very comfortable with the senior deacon spot. I liked to work, man, and the studies and all the, bringing candidates in and, giving them their charges and stuff like that. So I sort of fell in love. I didn't really want to move to another position at that time, man, but of course I knew I couldn't stay there forever, so.
Yes, sir.
I was prepping to go to the South. And, I learned my duties, really learned my duties and everything to get prepared to go to the South. And something happened with the line, man. You know how those lines go sometimes. So I skipped the South, man, and went straight to the West.
Oh, wow.
And they was prepping me really to get me to the East, man, because I think they were satisfied with, the way I was prospering and trying to make a difference in the community, man. So they was prepping me to get ready to go to the East. And actually stayed at the senior ward spot for a year. And went to the East in 2007.
Wow.
So I was a worship master from 2007 and 2008. And at the time I took the seat, the lodge was broke. I think we had $40 in the checking account, man, and we had checks pending on that. We had a big hole in the roof, man. You could see the moon through the roof. Mm-hmm. So we needed a $5,000 roof, so we had to immediately go to work. And when I tell you, we cooked so much fish, man, cooked so much, all my clothes, man, smelled like fish. I mean, we cooked fish every Friday, Saturday. We just kept working and working and working. And eventually, man, I assessed the brothers. We did a assessment to all the brothers. It wasn't a mandatory assessment, it was a voluntary assessment. And I assessed the brothers, each brother paid $100. And at the time, man, we may have had 100 plus members. Mm-hmm. And so we ended up collecting the money and we put a brand new roof on.
Beautiful.
In 2007, we made Lodge of the Year in the state. And I guess I don't know who was picking out the lodges back then for the position, as far as the state position, but came back again in 2008 and won Lodge of the Year again back to back in 2008. Man. So that was something that hadn't been done. I know at my lodge it hadn't been done, because if it had been, there's no plaques on the wall, man. So we, we had good leadership, and I'm not a micromanageable type master. I wasn't that type of master or leader now. I believe in setting up the committees.
Yes, sir.
And, of course, have the committees report back to me. And then if some of the committees are not functioning, that's when you gotta do some reassessments. But as long as the committee is working, kicking their reports in, doing what they're supposed to do, that gives me a chance to do what I need to be doing. And that's going in with the different committees, helping and serving the community. So after that, Cardinal Dalton at the time was the special deputy. And the district deputy was, I take that back. The district deputy was Carlton Dalton, and he moved up to special deputy, so that left a position open for district deputy. And Carlton Dalton, who was one of my mentors, man, who trained me well, wanted me to have that position, man, so he sought to let me go with him across the district and learn some of the routine things that a district deputy does. And if you ever sat in the district deputy's position, you would know that that's the hardest position in the code book. If you look in the book and look at the district deputy's duties, the district deputy has more duties, man, than anybody else in the Grand Lodge.
They do have quite a bit of duties. Hey, if you got a minute, do you mind just running down some of those duties?
Oh, yes, sir, I do.
Look, you done had to grab your
yes,
water.
Yes, sir. Yeah, let me get a glass of, let me get a swallow of this water. Well, district deputies, man, of course, they were responsible for all the subordinate lodges under their administration. And of course, you have Prince Hall Days, and St. John's Days, and they're also responsible for that. They also are responsible for carrying out audits throughout the lodges. They're responsible for installing and being at some of the elections in the lodges, and I mean funeral rites, man, making sure the funeral rites is carried out. Right. Just a numbers, man, of things, man. It's 2 or 3 pages in the book for a district deputy grand master.
Yeah, definitely, because I know, in our district, the 30th district, we definitely have to lean on the district deputy in order to get things done, and there's a lot always going on. So our district deputy, stays pretty busy. So I know exactly what you mean when you say that. Yes, sir.
Yeah, and I've seen cases, man, where the district deputy, and then the district worthy matrons and things, man, they think that they really can go in and take over lodges. They try to take over lodges. That's not what a district deputy or a district worthy matron's responsibilities are. They're just overseers if the worshipful master needs them, or if the deputy and the lecturer are coming on some type of official business. Of course, they come in and do an evaluation on your lodge, but other than that, a district deputy or district worthy matron should never interfere with a lodge's business.
Right. That is true.
Yeah.
Now, you've also held the position of special deputy.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now,
yes,
what
sir.
are some of the duties that the special deputy has?
Well, first of all, sir, I was the special deputy grand master for the Piedmont region, which that had me over 9 districts in the Piedmont.
Wow.
And that was pretty scattered out from all the way from Henderson, Raleigh, of course, Reedsville, and then it stops here at the Winston-Salem line, that's where we are now. In Winston-Salem, I think it starts with the 30th the district, but mine went from 21 to 29.
So when you say you had 9 districts, you're also saying that there were 9 district deputies that you were working with as well?
9 district deputies.
Okay.
And, coming in as a special deputy, there was others that had been district deputies before me, longer than me. And I did, feel some type of way about some of the deputies, but, my platform was the same, to treat everybody fairly and equally, and to not to bring any more meetings, because as a district deputy, you always at going to different meetings. So I think as a special deputy, I may have had one meeting to maybe introduce myself to them and to let them know what my platform was and what I expected out of them and how we was going to work together. But I think it was still a couple of the deputies that never really could accept the fact that I became special deputy before them. But we still work good together. But most of the time, if the deputies had a program, I would try to attend versus being Prince all day, St. John's Day. If they let me know and inform me, I was there. And we did a lot of traveling as the special deputy. And then when Grandmaster DT was elected, he chose that not be the special deputy over the Piedmont region anymore, and made me the special deputy over Congo, over Africa and France. Okay.
Now, did you get to travel over there?
Well, I actually took a trip over there before I became the special deputy from during Fitch's administration. Me and Grandmaster Fitch and Jay Jones from the Maryland jurisdiction, we went to the Democratic Republic of Congo. Okay. And we stayed over there for a week. And I'm thinking, man, maybe because I had that experience, that the Grandmaster DT thought that I would be better fit to be the special Grandmaster for African friends, because I was familiar with the process over there. Okay. And during that trip, man, it was a real great experience. We met the president of the country, which was Dennis Sassa, which was also the Grand Master of Brazzaville. And we had a chance to go to his palace. And it was just about like going to Fayetteville, going down to the Air Force Base in Fayetteville, man, as far as getting in that palace, man, as far as... Yeah, it was an experience, man, that I'll never forget, man. And there's some pictures down at the Grand Lodge of that trip, but I had footage just like we record now. I had a lot of footage of that trip that got lost in the mail, and yeah, I cried, man.
Oh, I'm sure you did. Oh, man, I'm almost about to cry for you on that one.
Yes, I did, sir.
Yes, sir. Well, Jeff, man, it sounds like you have been doing a lot of work, not only for the local lodge, that being lodge number 33, Lone Star.
Yes, sir.
You've done some great work with Lone Star. You still continue to do great work with the Grand Lodge. So you have been a brother who believes in working. And speaking of working, you work a lot in the community. There's some other things you do in the community. You are involved with the NAACP. If you would, please tell us how you're involved with the NAACP.
Yes, sir. Sure will. I'm presently the president of the regional branch NAACP. I've been the president now for 6 years. So I'm in my 6th year, so I will be having my annual Freedom Fund banquet, which normally is the first weekend in November of 2020. I have a great crew, committees, political chair action committee, have the religious affairs committee. We have the officers, vice president, who is Marjorie Williams, the second vice, who is Dr. J.C. Bell. So we have a good team of people. The mission statement for the NAACP is to ensure political, educational, social, or economical equalities for all persons, and to eliminate racial hatred and racial discrimination. That's what it's based on. Actually, the NAACP was started back in 1909, and actually not by black people, actually by Caucasian people, along with the W.E.B. Du Bois, however you want to pronounce it, was also on the board at that time. But, you know, there was so much turmoil and chaos back in those days that these groups came together as one and started the NAACP. So I'm glad to be a part of it. And I think everyone that can hear this message should be a part of something. If you stand for nothing, you'll fall for anything is one of my favorite mottos.
That is so true. That's something that my father used to say before he passed away at the tender age of 55, but that is so true.
Yes, sir.
Because if you, don't, then...
Absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
You have a life of worry and probably regret later on down the line.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So now, just say one thing else about it. Eugene Taylor is on the Grand Lodge NAACP committee chair, and I've been helping Eugene out some on his committee. So we're going to be presenting some stuff to the Grand Lodge. I'm working under Eugene, of course, and hopefully get some memberships, and also get some people out to vote for this election of 2020.
Good deal. Good deal. Sounds like you're continuing to work, and we appreciate all of your hard work in the community. And as we kind of come close to the end of wrapping up this session here, Jeff, I wanted you to just open it up. And if there is anything maybe we have not talked about, anything Masonic related or even community related that could help the brothers, the Prince Hall family, as well as anyone who's not a part of the Prince Hall family that may be listening to this message, is there anything that you would like to share with us?
Yes, sir, bro. I'd just like to say, first of all, thank you, brothers, man, for inviting me here to speak. It was a real privilege to come. I didn't hesitate, man, once I got the opportunity. Just to the brothers that's listening, I've been around for a long time, not just as a Mason, man, but as a person. And we have to get back to the basics of Masonry. I think we have taken it to a level where we're forgetting that who we are as people. Be true to yourself. Be true to your fellow brother. Also, some of you brothers that are out there still learning to subdue your past and improve yourself in Masonry. Remember who you're serving. I don't serve the Grand Master. I don't serve the Worshipful Master. I don't serve the District Deputy Grand Master. And of course, you don't serve the Special Deputy Grand Master. We only serve one person. And that's the Grand Architect of the universe. That's why I never get discouraged. I never quit, because I don't work for you. I work for the Grand Architect of the universe.
Jeff, I appreciate those words, brother. And you said it right. We work for the Grand Architect of the universe, the one true and living God.
Yeah, you can't quit on him, sir.
You can't quit. And
no,
he won't
sir.
let you, because
no,
he
sir.
might spank you.
Absolutely.
And his spankings hurt.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir. Well, Jeff, I want to thank you for being here. I appreciate you taking the time out of your schedule to come all the way up from Reedsville to be with us today. It's been an honor and a pleasure. You and I have talked off camera, and I have learned so much from you, because you are a wealth of knowledge, especially when it comes to the Masonic organization. And thank you again. Thank you so very much.
Yes, sir. But one thing before I close, I do have a special gift for you and past Master Bailey. Can I present that to you at this time?
Of course. I wasn't expecting anything, but...
Can you get that for me, please, sir?
Of course. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Oh, wow. Now, Jeff, you didn't have to do anything for us.
Well, me and my cousin, man, I don't know if everybody knows, but the Right Worshipful Junior Grand Warden, give me that the yellow, sir. Junior Grand Warden, we call ourselves professional Masons.
Okay.
And that's what we are.
Okay.
We're truly professional, not because we're better than anyone else, but it's the way we carry ourselves.
Yes, sir.
And the way we travel. And that's just what we do. So on behalf of the Most Worshipful Prince Hall Grand Lodge of North Carolina, and on behalf of myself, I'd like to present to you and Bailey these Masonic pins.
Oh, God bless you,
for your travels, man.
God bless you, my brother.
Yes, sir.
God bless you very much. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And that's what professional Masons do.
Thank you so very much. Well, if it's okay, I'm gonna open it up. Let
yes,
everybody
sir.
see it.
Yes, sir.
Oh man, that is nice. Wow. Wow. Brother, I don't even want to write with that. I want to sit it in the trophy case. I want to sit that in the trophy case there. That is beautiful. Jeff, thank you again, my friend.
Again, man,
and my
I love you brothers, man. And I love Prince Hall Freemasonry.
Yes, sir. We love you too. And we're just going to close out real quick. And for those of you out there who have been listening to Masonic Light Talk, I want to thank you for joining and listening to us this afternoon. And for those of you who are not a part of the Prince Hall family, remember, it's easy to become a part. In order to be one, just ask one. And Jeff, thank you again for being here.
Thank you, sir.
And until the next time, the next edition of Masonic Light Talk, everyone please take care and travel light.